A man dressed as a boy with a propeller hat and large glasses runs and splashes through ankle-deep water flooding a road. Surrounding the road are brown grasses and green shrubs. An open water area with lily pads is surrounded by green shrubs, panned to a boardwalk over the water with people looking out. Water, H2O. It covers 71% of the Earth's surface, but only 1% of it is fresh and accessible. Views of water-filled grass prairies and birds flying overhead. In the Everglades, fresh water covers nearly everything. The boy plays with a stick in the water, shaping over 1 million acres of subtropical wilderness. The boy runs and jumps in the water as it flows down towards the ocean. A paved path leads to an observation tower 45 feet above the shrubs and grasses. Towering above the trees, the iconic Shark Valley observation deck gives us a panoramic view of the sloughs, prairies, and tree islands that make up this vast river of grass. Panoramic view from the tower of open water with lily pads directly below and grassy prairies extending into the distance. Boy stands on the ramp on the way to the tower looking for something. He continues to run up the tower. He reaches the observation platform and finds the ranger.
Excuse me, ranger? My feet are soaked. What's with all of this water everywhere?
In the Everglades, we are lucky to have a lot of fresh water. Water feeds the river of grass for as far as the eye can see.
River of grass? It doesn't look like it's moving.
That's because the water moves about 3 feet per hour. Along its journey, it visits many different habitats, providing a home for a great diversity of birds, fish, and reptiles.
Oh, that's really cool.
Let me help you see where the water goes.
The ranger snaps her fingers and the boy disappears. The boy lands in a very different place. He is hip-deep in water and surrounded by a forest of cypress trees with air plants growing on the tree's branches. Another ranger is standing in the water next to a tree picking up a hat. She is startled by his appearance.
What the? Where am I?
I told them to stop doing that. Where are your parents? Well, now you're in the cypress dome. These trees around us are living in the deepest water of the Everglades. This is where the limestone
The boy lands in
bedrock
water in a
makes
different place, filled with trees covered
Yeah,
in air
no
plants.
kidding.
Another
So
ranger is
these
standing hip
trees
deep in the
have
water
to be
next to a tree,
super
picking up a
stable
hat.
to be
She
standing
is startled
in
by
that
his
much water.
appearance.
So they have these buttressed roots, which means they're flared out at the base. Kind of like if you stand with your feet apart. And this area makes a great habitat for all kinds of birds and fish and even alligators. But this is not where the water stops. It keeps going.
Where does it go?
Well, let's give a call to some friends of mine down the way, and you can see.
The ranger pulls a phone out of her pocket and starts a video call.
Hi!
Greetings! I'm Ranger Patty.
And I'm Ranger Emily.
We're sitting in our kayaks along the Buttonwood Canal, surrounded by a dense mangrove forest. Around us, we can see vibrant green leaves and a tangle of prop roots.
Here, the fresh river water meets and mixes with the salty seawater. Estuaries like this one are important homes for a lot of wildlife. In this habitat, we are actually connected to both the River of Grass to the north and the Florida Bay to the south. Many marine animals grow up among the tangled roots of these mangrove trees. Mangroves are adapted to thrive in brackish water, and their long, stilt-like roots hold the trunk and branches above the water, all while providing the perfect hiding place for many fish, crabs, and even the American crocodile.
Ranger Emily paddles away. Ranger Patty paddles toward and past the camera.
Mangroves also protect our coastlines from wind and waves, and they're great places to see wildlife like manatees.
The two rangers continue paddling down the canal into the distance. The view returns to the ranger and the boy in the cypress dome looking at the phone.
Wow! So the water changes from fresh to salty along its journey.
Sure does.
Huh. Is that where it ends?
Oh no, it keeps going. But it's my time to clock out.
The ranger takes off her straw ranger hat and puts on a peaked black hat.
So I'm gonna send you along.
When she snaps her fingers, the boy disappears from the cypress dome and lands in open, cloudy water in a floating donut with pink frosting and sprinkles. He is in front of a wall of mangroves and grabs a branch to stay in one place. Rangers Emily and Patty arrive again in their kayaks.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, hi.
Welcome to Florida Bay.
Thanks.
Emily throws the boy a life jacket, ties a rope between his donut and her kayak, and paddles away. They stop along the way to look at a yellow-crowned night heron on a low branch, then continue to a cove to talk. Behind them is open water with a few mangrove islands in the distance.
Florida Bay makes up almost 1/3 of Everglades National Park. The water is deeper here, but it's still shallow, only about 3 feet deep on average.
The boy stands up, and the muddy water is ankle deep.
Oh, you're right. It is shallow.
And the saltwater habitats of the Everglades provide important homes for threatened and endangered species, like manatees, crocodiles, and sawfish. People also rely on the waters of Florida Bay for boating and fishing.
So the habitats change depending on if the water is fresh, brackish, or salty.
You got it.
So the water flowing into the Everglades affects all of the habitats along the way.
Exactly.
The Rangers paddle away, pulling the boy and his donut behind them. Where there is water, there is life. The flow of water through South Florida nurtures the diverse habitats of the Everglades. Short video clips of different habitats being described, ending with a mixed flock of large birds landing in a sawgrass prairie together. From the fresh water of sawgrass prairies and cypress domes, through the brackish water of the mangroves, to the salty water of Florida Bay, we find magical opportunities to explore. As we enjoy this unique land, we must also preserve and protect it for future generations. The 2 mangrove rangers and the boy pose with their kayaks and donut.
Thanks for watching.
See you soon.
The cypress ranger with pointed hat and a cape sneaks through the frame. Credits roll with a video of a reddish egret chasing fish in shallow water.